Hello, everybody. Hello, Phantom. Hello, Amir. Welcome. I just killed a spider, so I am feeling good. Feeling good today. Hello, Chrissy. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I have just an obscene amount of spiders in my basement for some fucking reason, so... Yeah, I don't think a day has gone by in, like, the past couple of weeks where I have not seen at least one spider. I don't know why. I don't know where they're getting in. I don't know how, why, what. I don't know. It's incredible how many spiders are invading my basement. Rest in peace. It was evil and didn't deserve to live. Okay, so it's fine. What kind of spider? I have no fucking idea. I haven't taken the time to identify the spiders that are invading my house. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't care. They're probably just like generic. I don't know. I don't care about spiders very much. Yeah. Of all the insects, I don't know. Of all the bugs in the world, I do not care much for spiders. Ants are where it's at. Although I did find one stray ant, and that makes me incredibly nervous. The fact that I found one stray ant makes me so nervous, and the dude was in my bathroom, and I don't know how to feel about that. I take spiders over lizards. True, I will definitely say spiders over lizards. That would be the... Because lizards you kind of have to catch and, like, let out. You can't just kill a lizard. But yeah, I don't know. It makes me scared that there's, like, somewhere in the windows or like a crack somewhere that bugs are getting in through, and I don't like that idea. I'm just hoping I tracked that ant in from, like, work at some point instead of him getting in from outside. I would hug a snake before getting close to a spider. It depends on the snake. Okay, I will say, snakes catching, like, getting caught by surprise by a snake is one of the most terrifying things. Like, just, like, hiking out, like, if I go, like, hiking in the mountains, or, like, even at work, if I'm, like, doing shit in the native, being jump scared by a snake is, even if it's just a regular ass, like, garter snake that cannot hurt you in the slightest, it's still so terrifying. It is so terrifying for no reason. Spiders usually are very, like, oh, there's a spider there. Okay. In most cases, sometimes I've gotten jump scared by them, but usually, like, the one thing I do appreciate about spiders is they don't like being around you, at least, or, like, on you, so they don't, like, climb over you, which is nice. Humans move too much and are too warm, so they don't like climbing on you in, like, 95% of cases. So that is one point I will give to spiders. They will occasionally climb on you because they don't know what they're doing. They're dumb as fuck, but usually spiders are very reluctant to climb on you because you are warm and are very, 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 like, shaky, and, like, you move a lot. Even if you don't realize it, to spiders, you are moving an incredible amount, so they don't like that. There's a closed little space close to the entrance of our house that we can't reach it. And today I saw Lily going there and it haunts me. That is terrifying. I hate that. In my old house, in the stairs from the garage up to the door to the entrance to our house. I once saw a rat go down there, and I never saw a rat ever again. And it makes me terrified as to what happened to that, or it was a mouse. It was like a small mouse. I don't know. It was some sort of small rodent. It went under the stairs. I never saw it again. And it makes me incredibly anxious to even imagine what happened to that mouse. Yeah. Rats. We are the rats. It definitely died somewhere. I just don't know where. We never found it. Ever. So, yeah. Well, I barely do dailies because I'm playing way too much. Yeah, okay. Speaking of other games, I have started playing a couple other games. On the side. So, most recently, or like the biggest game I've gotten furthest into recently has been Spiritfarer. I think I've talked about that a bit before. I love me some Spiritfarer. That is an incredible game. It's very cozy, very comfy. I like it. It's a great chill 2D game. The art style is incredible. The visuals are just so pleasant. And then I also started playing Nier Automata, which is interesting. Because usually I'm not into those kinds of games, but I started playing it last night, and my God, it's fun. It sure is fun. I haven't gotten too far into it. I got to like the desert. I just got to the desert, and like that's it. So very early on into the game. However, I am still enjoying myself. The music in that game is absolutely incredible. Oh my God! If you get a chance to just listen to the Nier soundtrack, the Nier Automata soundtrack, it is incredible. That's part of the reason I was playing as much as I was last night, is because I just could not get over the music. It was just so good. What's people talking about resurrections? And like Genshin, I don't know. People have had that discussion so much over the years that like, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that people were having that discussion. Well, because like, you know,
time to go.
I don't know. It was just on my timeline. It was like it was Stefan. Like I have nothing against Steven. Like he's incredible. I don't know how to Steven. I don't know. I have nothing against him. He's actually kind of a great content creator. It's just it's just something that I wanted to speak my mind about, because it's so annoying for people to completely disregard any sort of narrative levity that any death has. Whose resurrections? Okay, so I was scrolling Twitter yesterday. I was actually out eating dinner with my dad, and so I was eating dinner with my dad, and I found this, and so I was like, I'm gonna tweet a rant. So it's Stefan. He's just a creator. His tweet was top 5 characters that need to come back from the dead as playable in Genshin Impact: La Senora, Kazuha's Electro Friend, Hydra and Pyroyaksha, Guizhong, Amos. I had quite a lot to say about that. I had quite the thread in response to that. And it's not just like Stefan, it's just everybody keeps saying to bring back XYZ character, and they're just disregarding everything. It's been a talking point ever since Senora died. It's been a talking point for years at this point. it's been a talking point for a long time, but it was the fact, it was just I saw that tweet. I was like, I'm going to speak my mind on this point. Make a little Twitter thread about it. I like dead characters dead. Exactly, that's what I was saying. Like, if you, like, that's okay. This is the dumbest fucking parallel to draw, but hear me out on this. This is one of the biggest problems that fans of Homestuck have with Homestuck. I'm sorry for mentioning Homestuck, but at some point in the comic, there's like a method of reviving characters that's introduced. And so with that introduction, it ruins pretty much any and all emotional impact of any death. So, like, multiple times throughout the comic, characters die, like, multiple times, but they're just brought back. And it's... Don't ask what Homestuck is. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. For the love of God, don't do it. Yeah, don't. But yeah, that's a thing that Homestuck did. And that's one of the problems that a lot of fans of the series have with it, is that none of the deaths mean anything. And so, like what that does is that makes any death meaningless. And like I said in my tweet, death is such an incredibly powerful narrative tool. And if you introduce ways to revive characters, that makes that incredibly powerful narrative tool completely useless. You can't do anything with that anymore. That's the problem that Homestuck had. Is, yeah, there are multiple ways to come back to life in Homestuck. So, you know, like, Homestuck couldn't use death anymore because it meant nothing. That's part of the reason why I am adamant that Genshin should keep the dead characters dead. Is because by introducing any form, like, any form of revivification, that removes any impact of any death, because depending on how the revivification process works, there's no reason not to revive. And then if it's like, but then, like, if people just choose not to revive the characters, then that just means that that just breaks any and all, like, suspension of disbelief, because, like, why wouldn't you go through the process of reviving a character, even if it's hard? And then there's things like reviving Guizhong, which completely nullifies her sacrifice. That makes that completely worthless. Reviving characters like Kazu's friend makes Kazu's entire story arc completely pointless. It's just reversing a lot of shit. It's really dumb. Yeah. And, like, I think the one thing that helped me realize how, like, yes, as much as I want to see characters again, as much as I don't want, like, as much as I would love to see, like, a playable Guizhong or, like, a whatever, as much as I want to see that, I think the best, like, the one thing that taught me that death is important better than anything else is fucking D&D. Because in Dungeons & Dragons, it is incredibly easy to revive players. Right? Once you get past a certain level, it is incredibly easy to revive players. But one of the things that I love about D&D is when you are so far into a game, you've gotten really attached to these characters, and by some series of events, you cannot revive a dead character. Like, a character dies, and by some situation, you cannot revive them. Those are the most impactful and memorable moments of D&D ever. Is when a character dies, a player character dies, and you cannot revive them. It's memorable for everybody. I think, like, two of my favorite moments from Critical Role, or at least if there is a revivification, then it has to come with a cost, right? So, like, in Campaign 2 of Critical Role, spoilers, obviously, tune out for a couple of seconds. In Campaign 2 of Critical Role, Maldimok dies. He gets murdered, and the cleric isn't around to revive Molly. That shapes the entire campaign, right? Maldimok's death shapes the entirety of Campaign 2. Like, Campaign 2 would not have happened the way it did if Molly didn't die. In Campaign 1, Vex dies, and then Vex dies in the tomb of, like, in a sacred place of the god of death. So, like, in most situations, Vex would have just been dead, like, straight up. But her brother makes a deal with the Raven Queen, and so it pretty much, Vex's death comes with a cost that Vex has to die at the end of the campaign instead, right? Like, Vex works on borrowed time for pretty much the back half of the campaign. Death is an incredibly powerful tool. Either the death is permanent, there's no reviving whatsoever, and that shapes the motivations of the characters that were involved with it, or that death, if you do decide, hey, we're gonna revive, it has to come with a cost. You can't, like, just reviving willy-nilly doesn't do it. It's just not good storytelling. It'd also be dumb to revive somebody whose death is an essential part of someone's history. Exactly, and like, that's the main problem I have with Stefan's entire list, aside from La Signora. Like, the Yakshas, that just makes, oh fuck, I don't have the right team. Like, the Yakshas, that just makes Xiao's story just completely dumb. Like, if the Yakshas come back, then that just makes Xiao's entire character, like, completely pointless. But, like, in most cases, right, I would be okay with bringing Signora back, because I can imagine that there are ways to do the Signora revivification. In most cases, I think reviving Signora would be okay if Signora's death was not the only thing that Inazuma had going for it. I need to fucking bring out Ganyu. Shit. The only thing Inazuma has going for it is La Signora's death. So, bringing back Signora makes Inazuma completely pointless. And, like, as much as I hate Inazuma, at least give it that much. At least give it that. At least give it the one thing that it has, like, the one bit of bearing that it has on the story of this game as a whole is killing a Harbinger. At least give it that much. Because if you just bring her back, you always find, I know, because I hate it, but, like, you have to give it credit that it does have one of the biggest, like, lasting impacts on the game so far, which is killing a fucking Harbinger, which is showing that the Harbingers can die. They are a villain that can be defeated. At least Signora was, right? Because up to that point, we didn't even know if we could defeat Harbingers, or at least kill them. We defeated Child, but that was in a bit of a... That was in a bit of a weird situation. With La Signora, yeah, no, we straight up killed her, and, like, and it wasn't even the Traveler that did it. It was A that did it. It was Raiden Shogun that did it, which is even more interesting to show that the Archons could very easily stand up, or at least A could very easily stand up to at least a couple of the Harbingers, but no, for some reason, yeah. What's Inazuma? Good question. I don't know, it's weird. Hot take, Raiden's the worst written character. Dory. We also haven't had we haven't had a Traveler quest. Inazuma was not good, but it had one thing going for it, and that's that's La Senora's death. Yeah.
Stabilize.
And like, okay, in Konamiya, but that doesn't really count. And Konamiya is its own thing.
This is order. Cascade.
Access denied.
Let's go.
Let me weave you a web.
Kamisato Arc. Suiyu, be still.
Speaking of Traveler, when are we getting more of their character storylines? I don't know. I'm hoping, like, part of me hopes that eventually soon
Stabilize.
the whole Traveler story and Teyvat story collapses into one storyline. Eventually. It's gotta, right? At some point, the whole Dainsleif Abyss twin, the Abyss storyline has to eventually collapse into the Teyvat Archon's Fatui storyline, right? Right? Eventually. Let me set up that way. Exactly. Hello, Emian. Welcome. I'm just waiting for that. And maybe Fontaine is where that happens. Who knows? Who knows? That would be incredibly cool. We've been doing this shit for 3 years, and finally things collapse. Because like, in my head, right? It's whenever we do get that collapse of, like, the Abyss twin story meets the Archon's Fatui story. Whenever we get that, that's when the story actually starts meaning something. Because as of right now, like, the entire, like, a big problem I have with this game is, like, the story just doesn't feel like it has any meaning right now, right? Like, am I the only one that just feels like the story of this game doesn't have any, like, stakes? Really?
Stabilize.
Born of ice and frost.
Because, like, the only thing that might have stakes, we don't understand. Because, like, Lumine won't tell us shit about what she's doing, and we're just fixing the problems of demigods at this point.
Access denied.
So, like, we don't have, yeah, exactly. We lack the info for anything to have stakes, which is the big problem I have with how this game does things, right? I love the characters of this game. I love the story. I love the world building. It is incredible, but Hoyo refuses to give us the information to actually get invested with any stakes and ever. And it's just kind of frustrating. Especially compared to all the things that they've been doing with what they've done with HI3. Like, right away, HI3, you're invested, right? The setup for HI3 is incredible. With HSR, also that setup is also incredible. right? Like, I am incredibly invested with the stakes of HSR because, you know, we have to go kill Nanook. And yeah. The game, HSR gives us this is what you are doing, right? This is the termination of your story, is you are going to eventually kill Nanook. We have a goal. We have an end point. That might not be the end of the entire journey, but that is like a goal, like a long-term goal that we have to do according to Kafka. There are mysteries surrounding that end goal, but it's still an end goal. With Genshin, we have no idea what we're doing. At best, we have, I don't know, stop the Fatui, but even then we don't know what the Fatui is doing, or we have find our sibling, which we've already done at this point. We know our sibling is doing something with the Abyss Order. But it's such an open goal, right? It's an open task. It's not a closed task. With Kafka, it is kill Nanook, face Nanook. That is what you are going to do eventually. In Genshin, it's find the traveler or find your sibling, figure out what the fuck is going on. And it's been 3 years and we still don't know what the fuck is going on. And that's the most frustrating part, is we've been doing this shit for 3 years. We have no idea what anything what anything means. Yeah, maybe find the unknown god, but even then, there's no external third-party force telling us this is what we have to do. It's just kind of us on our own devices, which, yes, okay, I enjoy that, but also it feels like there's no stakes regarding the story. It's just kind of happening, and we're just kind of here to watch it happen. Hopefully we'll get Celestial lore. I hope we do, dude. I so badly hope we get Celestial lore, because that is one of the things that we need, is fucking lore. The Unknown God appeared for 2 seconds, get their ass in the spirit. Exactly, and that's why that's also another thing I have a problem with. One, she's been referred to by name. She, the Heavenly Principles. So, Heavenly Principles has been referred to by name. Once in the quest sense, maybe another time. I don't know. She was referred to by name in at the end of the Sumeru quest. In HI3, yeah, and in the beginning of HI3, there's a setup of there's something weird going on with Kiana's past. Right? The sustainer of Heavenly Principles and Heavenly Principles are the same thing. So, okay. Here's a weird localization thing. So, the sustainer of Heavenly Principles is occasionally referred to as Heavenly Principles. They're synonymous. When you're talking about the being, the Heavenly Principles, that is referring to Susti. But there is a thing called the Heavenly Principles that isn't referring to Susti. So Heavenly Principles can refer to multiple things. Interchangeably, English uses the term Heavenly Principles interchangeably to either refer to Susti, the being that we fought at the beginning of the game, or the concept of Heavenly Principles that the Sustainer is sustaining, is enforcing. The name Susti. Ashikai came up with that. Yeah. Hello, Hikaru, welcome. That's just about Unknown God is a harsher domination. Maybe. I I have no idea. Like, I don't think she's a harsher by any stretch of the imagination. Okay. I've had a problem with the Susty is Kiana or is a harsher or has any ties to HI3. Like, yes, this game takes place in the same universe. Like, it has to. That's just, like, you know, it's a Honkai game, or it was a Honkai game until they had to change it for IP purposes. But, like, it's just its own thing. And I, like, yeah. But it's so weird that Susty has such strong design cues. Like, I still don't understand why they made her so Kiana-coded. Why did they make Susty so Kiana-coded? Why did they do that? I still don't understand why they did that. Because she's very clearly not Kiana. There is a something going. She's a different person. It's just I want to know why they did that. It's so annoying, and like we won't know until she shows up again because, and we don't know when that's gonna happen. Another Kaslana, but why would another Kaslana be in a fucking here, like in Teyvat? Why the fuck would she be in Teyvat? I saw, okay. Yeah, I don't like it. It's incredibly infuriating.
Witness the power.
Probably because she's supposed to be incredibly fucking important. Okay, I'll give them that much. I'll give them that much. They did, they achieved that. At least is they said, hey, they brought attention to her. Is like, hey, this person is incredibly important. Yeah, this person is incredibly important. Pay attention to them. Keep them in mind because that worked. It sure did fucking work. Speaking of who is KK, yeah, I saw tweets about that. There is another thing that frustrates me about this game is the fact that they set up all these mysteries at the beginning of the game and then have not expounded on them in 3 fucking years. 3 years since we have had any sort of hint as to who, like, yeah, like, who is KK? We don't fucking know.
Rain outlines your fate. Access denied.
But they sure that, like, all we know is that it could be Kevin, it could be Kiana, it could be fucking anybody. Why are Kaslanas so good at naming themselves, having their initials be KK? Because that's so annoying. That's so fucking annoying. Yeah, it could be fucking Kim Kardashian for all we know. Canonically, she might exist in HI3 Earth. Who knows? Koji Kondo.
Solidify.
No, my sword. Access denied.
It's just so frustrating how this game has gone about setting up its mysteries. Because, like, they're not just, like... It's not like world-building mysteries, right? It's, like, foundational fucking mysteries into the plot of the game. Like, the foundational plot of the game has made very little progress in 3 years. Like, the most that has happened is we found our sibling. They said, you don't understand, fuck off. And then we had Carrie there, and that was it. Like, that's it. That's all we've had. The foundational plot of the game has made that much. We've made more progress in the foundational plot of HSR, and we are not even a year in. We're not even 6 months in. And more progress has been made in HSR. It's incredibly frustrating.
No touching. No, my
Fontaine,
sword.
please, I am hoping so much.
Witness the power.
I am so hoping.
mine.
We should have more Dane quests more than once per year. I agree.
Cascade.
I agree. We should have Dane quests should be more regular,
No, my sword. Let me weave you a verse.
I will.
but they're
have
not,
order.
which sucks.
This is long overdue. Access denied.
I don't think I can wait another year. I don't think I can either. Like, at this point, I just have HSR to tide me over in with this game. Like, honestly, my attention is HSR now. I mean, I'll keep playing this game. The only reason why I have been regularly playing this game is for Arlecchino, but like, at this point, after Arlecchino, as long as they don't have another character that catches my eye as much as Arlecchino has, I don't fucking know why I'm still playing this game. A lot is riding on Fontaine for me. A lot is riding on Fontaine. If Fontaine doesn't hold up, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm just delusional waiting for more Albedo Lord. That is also... Maybe it's just the fact that this game gives so many questions and very little answers.
Order guide you.
Like, it's not good storytelling.
Ring cutter.
Like, straight up, it's just not good storytelling when your story just gives so many questions and no answers. Cause like, we got the whole what is Albedo's deal question, and then we have not got answers to that. We have the whole what is our sibling doing, and we have not got answers to that. We have the whole what is the Fatui trying to accomplish, and we have not got answers to that. It's so many questions and no answers.
Witness the power of
Because like you can design a story that goes on for years and years and years and years. Well, like functionally, like effectively drip feeding your audience information. That's what Brandon Sanderson has been doing for years at this point. Right? Like, when did Brando come out with Mistborn? Like, when did Mistborn come out? Yeah, fucking Mistborn Final Empire came out in 2006. And he's been drip feeding information regarding the Cosmere since then, right? We still have some information about the Cosmere and all of Brando's books that like in his universe that we don't understand. But there are a lot of things that we do completely comprehend. Right? Like, there's a lot of foundational stuff that we do understand. Like, we don't understand a lot of whys, but we do understand what happened and what things are doing, right? We understand the foundational formation of the Cosmere was an event called the Shattering, where a godlike entity called Adonalcium was just shattered into however many shards, representing each of their like ideals. Some ideals are very passive and just chillin', like cultivation and honor, and some are very aggressive, like odium. Right? Like, we have that. We don't know why Adonalcium was shattered. We don't know why the people that shattered Adonalcium did it, but we know that happened. We know how it works, right? And that information has been gathered for years and years and years and years. And with Genshin, it's been 3 years and we still have absolutely we don't even know where it happens. Like, we don't know like where anything regarding like we don't know where Teyvat is in the larger universe. We might just get all the answers thrown at us in 7.0. I really hope that's not what happens. I really don't. I really hope that's not what happens, dude. Here's 13 Herschels and here's the order HI3 Delta. Exactly. And like I don't need that much. I don't need like exposition dump, right? I just want a like cuz like another issue I have and like why I haven't made very many videos is like recently there has not been very much to theorize about. Like there has not been very many things to set up. Like they haven't set up very much, right? Like they've dropped all of the things that there is to theorize about at this point, right? At this point, it's just speculating. There is no proper theorizing to be done anymore because they've set up all these questions, right? In 1.0, 2.0, and then they just haven't expounded on them at all. They haven't given us any information to work off of to like apply to those theories, to backtrack and apply to those theories, when that's like freaking talking about Brandon Sanderson. Like that's something he does all the fucking time. There were questions that existed for years and years and years that he didn't answer until Rhythm of War, right? Which came out in 2016, 2017. Yeah, Rhythm of War came out in 2020, and like there have been questions that since 2006 that Rhythm of War answered, right? But that's been stuff that we've been theorizing, that Cosmere fans have been theorizing about since Mistborn, right? Like there's so much payoff, and it's so gradual how Brando does it. We've got nothing. Why do you think it's like this, especially compared to HSR? I don't know. Like that's the problem, right? Like the fact that we know more about HSR and HSR's universe than we do about Genshin is so infuriating. Because, like, in HSR, people are willing to tell us something, and granted, we have... granted, we do have wealth to tell us how everything works, but, like... Yeah... I want to know if there's other landmasses. There apparently are. They're referred to. It's called the Other Shore. We don't know anything about it. It's referenced in an item. I forget what it is, but I think it's a weapon ascension material. I think it's like I think it's like a shard of Decoravian's tower that they get referenced in. Or is it like the shackles? It's these ones? Luxury stone from Guyane. I need to craft this up to the 5-star, I think. No. There's Siderite? I think so. Wait. The coastal nations of Teyvat refer to the region beyond the protection of the Seven as the Dark Sea. It is said that many defeated gods refused to live under the new order of the Seven, so they fled to remote islands and became evil gods. However, their powers came from the same source as Reclapis, separate from this all-devouring darkness. Rumors of sea monsters are commonplace in the US since the other shore is an unknown region that lies outside of Teyvat. Without the protection of the Seven, all that lies beyond is unknown chaos. Only power beyond the order of Teyvat is able to sustain the power of Rex Lapis Black. Right? So there is an area there is presumably another continent outside called the Other Shore. Like, HSR doesn't explain the C-up quanta. Yes, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, the Eon shit, and, like, the, like, the fact, like, you know, just how, like, the functionality of our quest, like, how our quest is actually happening, explains so much. Like, we know how eons work somewhat. We know what the eons are. We know that there are a group called the Stellaron Hunters that are kind of playing us, right? That's what the Stellaron Hunters are doing. We know that, like, the Stellaron Hunters' goal at this point is to destroy Nanook, which is more of a goal than we have right now in Genshin. And we know that we're following the path of Akivili, right? The path of a dead Eon. And we know that Eons can die, right? Like we know the functionality of our journey and why we're doing the things that we're doing. This is just, I don't know, I'm just going places to see if answers just kind of stumble upon me. And that's it. And we've gotten a couple of answers, but not very many. What am I doing? I actually have no idea what I'm doing.
Stay put.
Got it. Yeah, we're just casually fixing the problems of other people. Come on, I made that.
Don't be scared. Uglay, you're up. Stay put. Don't be scared. Uglay, you're up. Don't be scared. Uglay, you're up. Stay put. Don't be scared.
Fuck.
Stay put.
And, like, another thing that I like, at least in HSR, the whole, like, journey ideal is, like, part of the thematic, like, the thematic core of the game, right? The whole, that whole journey idea is a very thematically core to the game. There is no real thematic core in Genshin to explain why we're not getting any answers ever.
Don't be scared. Stay put. Don't be scared.
Imagine if Teyvat is just Genshin equivalent of the Western world and the other shore is just another continent that is slightly less technologically advanced. Maybe. Oh yeah, Hazel. Hazel. Literally soccer. Let's go. Look at this T90. Look at that shit. Nah, damn it. Honestly, for Teva and the Dark Sea, I keep thinking it reminds me of Age of... Okay, whenever I think of the whole Dark Sea kind of thing, it reminds me of Tamriel, of the Elder Scrolls. I forget what the fucking it's short and it starts with an N. What is the planet called? What's the planet from the Elder Scrolls? What is it called? Nirn? No. I feel like hold on. Looking it up. This is gonna bug me. Nirn. It is Nirn. I am so good. Hell yes. Okay. So yeah. So in the Elder Scrolls, there's a lot of continents. But there's a force that we don't entirely fully understand that forces life to move from one to the other. So like humans actually or Nords, at least as they're referred to in the game, come from, like, Nords come from another continent, from Tamriel, and that's why it's to the north of Tamriel. That's why Skyrim is the home of the Nords, is the northernmost province in Tamriel, is because the Nords landed on the northern shore of Tamriel, got rid of the natives, did some imperialism shit, and then, you know, made Skyrim their home. But there's another force that there's some sort of force that forces life in civilization to move from one continent to another. It just happens that currently the story of the Elder Scrolls is taking place on Tamriel. So that's kind of what the other short kind of reminds me of, is like this concept, like in the Elder Scrolls, of there are other continents, like we know they exist, and it's assumed like all of the continents that are to the all of the continents on Nirn that are to the west are no longer habitable, and life is bound to move east to eastern continents. Right, that's kind of what it reminds me of. I feel like HSR and Genshin are two sides of the same coin. Both try to deliver regional storylines, exploring different cultures whilst also having a larger main story. Genshin is just more concerned with regional stories to actually get anything done in the main story, while HSR kind of does the opposite. I think HSR strikes a better balance. Because, like, we got enough of a regional storyline. Like, yes, the nuance of, like, Belobog and the Luofu are not nearly as deep as even, like, Mondstadt or Liyue, right? But it was enough to be satisfying, in my opinion. Like, the information that we got was enough. It made those regions, those worlds, at least somewhat believable. Right? Whereas, yeah, Genshin goes full dick with its world building, and I appreciate really good world building as much as the next guy. I love. Like, yeah, I love Genshin's world building. I love good world building. I am a fantasy nerd. But, like, it sometimes feels like it's too much. The world building feels so heavy and focused on that it distracts from any possibility of a larger story. HSR, like, Belobog was a fantastic regional storyline, but the Shenzhou Luofu was all about Stellar Hunters. But, like, here's also the thing, Ryo. The Luofu is one of 9 Shenzhou ships. So we're eventually going to learn fully about the Shenzhou. Like, we're probably going to have a more Shenzhou-focused region when we aren't, you know, in the same area as the Stellaron Hunters. But even then, we got a lot of world building regarding the Xianzhou because we had Danhong, right? We had Danhong, and we learned about the Vidyadhara and all of them and why IL did the whole thing. No, it's 9. There's 9 ships. 6 are named. There are 9. At some point during the most recent quest, I think Jing Yuan, somebody mentioned that specifically there are 9 ships of the Law Fu. We don't know 3 of them. I had to double check that. Yeah, it's 9. But like, not all the ships still exist. True. Oh, true. Okay, 3 of them fell. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Maybe they were talking about the past, because yeah, to me it read like there were 9 ships like still in existence, but maybe yeah, it was 3 fell. There were 9, 6 remain. So 6 ships exist. 6 Xianzhou ships exist. We have plenty of time to learn about the Xianzhou as a whole, as an entire culture. So yeah.
So it is where men.
Okay, before I continue, I'm gonna go run to the bathroom, and then we'll continue grinding out this random ass event. I don't. Sure. All right. Give me a second. All right, we're back. Yay. Go away. There we go. If we aren't getting Hunt MC sometime soon, then I guess maybe it makes sense to take us to another. Yeah, I also find it hard to believe that we'll go to all 6. We're at least going to the Yaoqing. That's my at the least. I feel like when we go to the Yaoqing is when we're gonna get Hunt MC, but again, it's the fact that there is more Xianzhou. There is way more Xianzhou. And there's plenty of time to explore it and learn more about it and world build about them. But as it stands, the Law Fu is about like here is the Xianzhou. They are a menace. They are a force that exists. Get used to them. And like aside from that, it's yeah. On the 25th, we're getting a Kaya hangout. So in 2 days. Interesting.
Here you
Ah! Fuck. Okay, I see. I see what's happening.
Flicker.
I understandeth. I'm supposed to use it as like a jump. Okay.
Here you are.
Ah. Okay, I don't see how this works. I thought I did, but I don't.
Flicker.
Okay, sure. I thought you were supposed to use his E to, like, cross gaps or something, but apparently not. I don't know. That was weird. Hold E? Oh. Okay. I don't use I don't use Al Haytham, so I have no idea how he works. Elrong, welcome.
Behold.
Ah, don't do that, please. Okay. How do I drop?
The wind rises.
What are you most excited about for in Fontaine? Arlecchino. Arlecchino. That's it.
Too slow.
No, there's... I'm very excited for, how do I drop this? The knee point you don't? Gotta love it. I'm very excited for possible Natlan crumbs. Watch, we don't get any Natlan crumbs. It's literally just... She has pants, she does. It's incredible. We love to see it. You know, my recent playing of Nier Automata has made me think, oh wow, I'm pretty damn good at bullet hells, and now this is making me second guess that. Because, like, I am fucking, like, the beginning of Nier Automata has a lot of bullet hell sections for some reason. Has a lot of shmup, but like, bullet hells. It's the weirdest thing. But, like, I started playing it, I was like, dude, I'm good at this. This is incredible. And then I started playing that, yeah.
Far enough.
And now I'm playing this, and I'm like I'm second guessing that. I have no idea where his health is at. There it is. That big coin sounds quite a lot like picking up rings in Sonic. That belongs in a Sonic game, straight up. What questions do you hope Fontaine answers to reignite your interest in the story? Let's see. Anything Celestia related. We had a lot of setup for answers regarding how Celestia and like the higher powers of Teyvat work. We had a lot of setup regarding that at the end of the what's his face? So anything Celestia related I will take gladly. Come on. There we go. I want to understand what the purpose of the Archons is. Because there was that line that Dottore gave that was like, after all, the role of the Archons is to like bring what is whatever, or whatever the fuck the line was. It was a really suspicious line that we just don't have the information to even comprehend at the moment. So like, I want to learn what the fuck was up with that.
Steady as stone.
Spin to win? Holy shit, That's true.
As a beautiful made wood.
Also her ult. There we go. What was the line? Hold on, let me go find it. I talked about it in my breakdown of the hold on. And go to my channel. Videos. 3.2 Archon Quest. Okay, so let's see. Who actually I call Susty on Heavenly Principles. This is the term Heavenly Principles. It need to also is a part of the definition of the gnosis they exist, and then Dottore asks about the dendrognosis, and she says no, and then Dottore says this. Yeah, here it is. Besides, isn't it the Archon's duty to deliver what's desired of the Seeker? I want to know what the fuck this meant. Like, what does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Like, that to me, that means fucking nothing. Because we have no information to work off of here. Like, this is stuff that we've never heard of before, and this was just dropped, and then, like, they just kind of gave us this, and then just never elaborated. But yeah, I want to know what the fuck was up with that line. And I want stakes. I want stakes. Like, I don't, like, at this point, I just want stakes. That, like, personally affects us. That would be, Will, do you have a favorite Archon? Venti or Nahida, probably, at this point. Venti or Nahida are my favorites at this point. We'll see how Focalor is done. Because, like, there's a very good chance that I will really like Focalor, but who knows? Could the Seeker just mean follower who seeks solace in religion? But yes, that could be what it means, but in the context of the scene, the previous line that Dottore speaks is, no, this is a different transaction. If you intend to turn off the Akash anyway, then there's no further use for the Gnosis of Sumru, is there? And he says, isn't the Archon's duty to deliver what is desired of the Seeker? It just feels like there's... And he speaks it with such a weird cadence that it feels like he's like trying to communicate to Nahida that like he knows something he shouldn't. right? Like, there's just something about how he says that line that is so uncomfortable, and like, he says it like he's making a large revelation. Somebody, Seeker mentioned are about us, is it? Yeah, no, that's the keeper is fading away. The creator has not yet come, but the world shall burn no more, for you shall ascend. I also want to know what the fuck is up with the Traveler. Like, come on, dude. Give me something about the Traveler. It's so annoying. Also, are these not like these aren't attainable, right? Like, we straight up just can't get these because yeah. What the fuck? We should actually unlock another Traveler thing. We should. Come on, give me that. I want to know what's up with the fucking Loom of Fate shit. Like, what does that one mean? What does that one entail? There's so much there that we're just waiting to get. Just say KK is Kevin already? Maybe it's not. Who the fuck knows? Yeah, I definitely want at least a little bit more Traveler information, because there is so much there. This takes an inordinate amount, like an incredible amount of focus, weirdly enough. Go Baron Bunny! But to the cadence of Power Rangers, it's that's so funny. You could just spam it. That's hilarious. That's hilarious how this just removes any and all CD, so you could just spam Baron Bunny. There we go. Ooh, Yelon. Yelon time. So yeah, I'm just kind of, I'm excited to see what other info. And at this point, really any information is worth it, because I feel like what else is there to give that isn't going to be a major revelation? Like, at this point, like, what else is there? Because with what Sumeru gave us, there's such foundation. Like that was a lot. Like, where else? I don't know. I just can't imagine there's more room for more questions at this point, because it just feels like they're kind of preparing, or they've spent most of the time preparing for a flood of answers, right? At least it feels like that. It feels like they're preparing for a flood of answers to come our way, and maybe this will be it. Maybe this will give us those answers. Maybe Fontaine will be those answers. I don't know. I can't see it not, at least. Because, like, to me, it feels like we have, like... I like to equate the Genshin story to a large tapestry, right? We're sewing a large tapestry, but, like, we have so many different little pieces of cloth that, like, are just waiting to be sewn together. Right now, we don't have the thread to put them together, but eventually, like... I'm just waiting for, like, I'm expecting Fontaine to be us going to the thread shop to put all of our patches of cloth together. Like, that's what it feels like. With yeah, exactly. I doubt they would have given us the freaking door to Conria. Yeah, true. That's a good point. I always forget about that. Like, it's weird because I always forget about the door to Conria thing because it was just kind of thrown into the game with very little fanfare. It was just kind of put there, and then like, okay, sure. Like, it's in a world quest. It's featured in a world quest, but like aside from that, you know, it's just there. Whatever. I was expecting the real introduction of Connor's Located to be more. Yeah, exactly. And then, like, that's why I always forget about the fact that, you know, we technically know where Conria's entrance is because it was just kind of given to us. And, like, that was it. It was just very strangely done to me. And, like... sometimes I have this, like, self-awareness moment of, like, is Hoyoverse really just doing a masterful amount of setup? Or are they just fumbling everything? Because, like, I can't tell at this point. I can't tell if they are doing, like, an amount of setup that is going to pay off. Like, it's going to be the greatest example of Chekhov's gun ever done. Or are they just kind of... not writing a good story? Like, I can't tell at this point. Like, I just can't tell. We still don't have answers for the Conria conflict? I mean... I will give it that much. We do kind of understand what happened with Conria, for the most part.
Ad Astra Abbot.
At least we have a larger understanding of what happened to it. At this point, Tavon and the Abyss could be 2 bubble universes? Probably. Possibly. Maybe? What if the Abyss is the Sea of Klanta? Like, we don't know what sin Conria committed, but like that. Okay, I will say the build up around the Conria conflict is done really well. We understand what happened. I am okay with that sin still being unknown, right? I am okay with that much. I think that that's a setup that's being done very well. Because that is a very, very core question. Like, yeah, the problem I have with Genshin so far is how you're supposed, like, like with world building, when you're trying to like reveal things, right? You have this center question, right? You have this center reveal that is core to a very large portion of the story, not just like the small aspect that you're talking about. Like, we're talking about like the Conria conflict, right? At the beginning of the game, we learned that 500 years ago, yes, a long time ago, I forget what the number is off the top of my head. However many years ago, I think it's 500.
Everything's in place and they've taken
we know that an ancient city called Conria, which was godless, was destroyed. That is what we learned at the beginning of the game. Right? 500, yeah. 500 years ago, an ancient city called Conria was destroyed. We know that at the beginning of the game. Throughout the course of the game, we learn little by little how it happened, why it happened, and like what the lasting effect on Teyvat was. But so like we start building peripheral information regarding the destruction of Conria. At some point in this like revelation, we know that there is a major sin that Conria committed that resulted in their destruction. So we know that there is a sin there. We know what we're looking for. We know a major major question that we want to have revealed to us. But what Hoyo has done is they've made this much larger, like they've started building around that question of information of Conria was destroyed by the Archons. These Archons died in this major fight. They put up a very good fight. The curse that was given to those that survived was of immortality. This curse is very bad. Like all of this stuff, right? So we have a context of like whatever this sin was incredible. Like this sin that they committed was incredible to, you know, to the point where they deserved this awful curse, right? But there is that central sin that we still don't understand. That is very good. Like, I wish the entire game did that. I wish the rest of the game story did that. Give us this central question and then slowly build information around it. This game has just been giving us so many questions and no building blocks to work off of.
Don't blink. Hey!
Yeah, and exactly, like, Hoyo has given us the things to theorize about. Forbidden knowledge, we know that's a thing. We know that, we know that Ankonomiya was destroyed because of forbidden knowledge. That's an incredible piece of information, like an incredible foundational piece of knowledge to work off of. Like, they've handled the Conria mystery really well, weirdly enough. But everything else is just not done very well. I think it's a masterful step because the Ruined Garden Storm Terror's layer facing Celestia and Ajdaha's tree and tombstone being the game before it was relevant in the story. That was incredible. That was so cool. Hi? Okay. Well, sure. Yeah, I will say that is incredible how they did that. That was one of the best payoffs that this game has ever done, was that weird-ass girl. It's like, it's not your time yet. I'm like, okay, sure. What the fuck are you doing here? Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking, Alex. Simmer really felt like, you know, we've been dicking around for 2-3 years now at this point. here are the questions that you need to have answered, right? Like, here is the setup that you actually need for a major like questions to be answered. Like, so the entire point of Sumeru felt like it was to get us asking the right questions, and then maybe Fontaine and Natlan are answering those questions. I honestly don't think Natlan is going to be question heavy. Like, it's not going to be answer heavy. It's going to be a lot of, I don't know, like, I don't know. I feel like Natlan is going to be not very many answers, just a lot of, like, I don't know, different from answers, like a lot of setup. Or not like setup, just like context, maybe. Like, Natlan is gonna feel like a lot of context to the real, like, you know, Snezhnaya, right? Which, it's so weird to think that we're keeping up the schedule. We're 2 years away from Snezhnaya? Hi? What? It's so weird.
Motion to compel. Incinerate.
Well, the Archon gives us answers because of the Pyro Gem. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe. But I feel like the answers that Murata is gonna give us are not like these major, like, I just feel like there's gonna be more like contextual stuff that it's gonna give us, and not like this is the answer to everything kind of answers, but more of a, oh shit, that's how that works answers. Very nuanced difference there, I know.
Make my escape.
When the God of War shares the secrets with the travelers, because, yeah, exactly. Like, yes, there are secrets,
Yeah.
but like, oh yeah, I remember this. You use Sayu's swirl.
I'm out of here.
I wonder what's going on in that land. That is such a good question.
And away I go.
That is an incredibly good question. I do too wonder what the fuck is going on with. Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Over there. Nope, you're gone. There we go.
Can't catch me. Bye. And away I go. I'm out of here.
Come on. You can do that. There we go.
Can't catch me. Make my escape. Gotta dash.
Wait. I'm so close to finishing. This is taking longer than it should. There we go. Yeah. And again, I feel like those answers, those secrets that Murata has for us are very, like, context. Like, they consist of a lot of context and not very much like actual major revelations. All I know about Natalan is the Mayor Javari is probably there. We don't even know that. We don't even know that for sure. Like, we don't even know for a fact that the Mayor Javari is there. It's just, you know, a reasonable amount of speculation. It's like a reasonable speculation. That's it. That's literally it.
Same as I remember.
That's all we like. That's the only reason why people say the Mayor Javari is probably in that land is because that's the only place it really makes sense for it to be. Okay. So that's out of the way. I did get a free wish. Let's throw that. Yay! Okay, what does that give me? That is, I'm at 28 wishes. Woo! We're getting there. Watch Mayor Javari be in Fontaines. It's a domain. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, the only reason why we say it's in that land is because it makes sense, but it doesn't have to be. It could be in fucking Mondstadt. Who knows? Like... Like, who the fuck knows? Okay, what do I do? What am I doing? Let's keep going with Golden Slumber, I guess. I don't know. Actually know for a fact this is not in Mondstadt because that doesn't mean anything, Alex. It's a domain, so it doesn't mean shit. But yeah, that's another major question that I just, what's up with the Mayor Javari? Why is it just like a thing? Why has it, okay, why have they been so adamant as to bringing up the Mayor Javari over and over and over again since 1.0? Like, why? Why is that a thing? Also because Stanley 2.0 told us. Okay, fair enough. That's a good way of putting it. But also, yeah.
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
That's a better connection. Oh, hello, Dendroculus. You know, I'm ready for swimming. I'm so ready. Ah! Go away.
Rain outlines
Remember Pilot's Peak? That's a thing that doesn't exist anymore. Remember Leonard? I do remember that. That was so strange. Because like, you have to remember, right? The whole Pylos Peak Leonard thing was the conclusion to Unreconciled Stars. Everybody forgets that the end of Unreconciled Stars was that when everybody's memory of Unreconciled Stars stops with Scaramouche. Which is the funniest thing to me. that they were like, oh, they tried to make the Pylos Peak Leonard thing, like, actually have any any impact. But then, like, it was right after Scaramouche saying the sky and stars are a lie. Like, what? It's like, how could you even think that would work? Like, bro. Oh, hi. I think this is the door. Again, another question that they just set up and don't give us an answer to. The stars, the sky, it's all a gigantic hoax and a lie. Oh my god, fuck off. Actually laughing when I realized the first event in HSR 1.1 had an NPC named Leonard. Did it? Oh, hi, Jet. Kind of sucks I'm not playing Lumine right now. I would love to watch her be down bad for Lumine. I don't know about a fake site. I did too. Like, I don't know. There's so much about this game that we just don't understand. We don't understand the world building. Ah, grr. You're looking at solid ground. The next, you step directly into a trap. And as you can see, we're trapped in here now. Did you guys get here, or do you have another way out? We have a wind glider. A wind glider? I heard Nachtigall. Nachtigall? No lesbian I know, it's sad. They sound pretty great, to be honest. I'd love to give flying a try too. Wait a minute, now that I think about it, your little friend here does seem to even need a wind glider to fly. It doesn't seem to need it. Can you teach me a little friend? How can I be footloose and free as you? Or, I mean, as floaty. Paimon is nobody's little friend. Even Bonifaz knows that Paimon is a famous. Whaley here is just as famous as Paimon. Nola's, yeah, it's Sag. I did not realize that this was where Jet was, but, you know. Oh, we did get fake Sky, didn't we? That was weird. I did love Yoimiya's quest, though. Yoimiya's quest was incredible. Totally. That's exactly what I did. If Paimon's willing, I guess. Yeah, I don't. God, I just want Fontaine. I want voiced quests again. I just want voiced quests. As I said before, Nachtigall must be having a tough time with the bad fall I took plus the heat stroke. Yeah, it's almost like you guys aren't actually wearing proper heat protection. It's crazy. Like, in the desert, you're actually supposed to cover up. And, like, there's a reason why a lot of people in the desert cover themselves up, is to prevent heat stroke. I know, it's an incredible concept. Which quest are you on? This is Golden Slumber. Sometimes Holler will have a few glasses as well, but I've never seen him get drunk before. How about this? We can go back together and I'll explain everything to my father. You guys don't want to stay here for too long, do you? All right. Yeah, I've never actually done Golden Slumber because I don't do my world quests like I'm supposed to. And you know, we've got the door. What is up with this shit? Okay. Anyways. Yeah, I don't do my world quests. I should. Where is... Oh, Father, I'm back. Oh, is Nachtigall doing better? I'm assuming that's how you say that. All right, Paimon Valley, tell me all about what happened. How could you just ignore the people, Father? Can't believe Oppenheimer's in HSR. What, Stellarons? What are you talking about? Why is the game so silent? There's like not even music down here. Bonifaz and Nachtigall are colluding to blackmail me. That despicable Mondstatter came all the way to Sumer just to extort me, I swear. Phantom, what are you talking about? This means nothing. Sorry, Nachtigall. Father had told me the fact that I shouldn't have shared it with Terzad. Send a photo in Gen. Oh my god. Oh my god. So canonically, Barbie exists in HSR as well. You can't have Oppenheimer without Barbie. I'm just saying. It's just a guy named Oppenheimer in this game in HSR. Jet this enough. Terzad looks like he might faint from rage. Now isn't the time to fight. What we should be doing is putting our heads together so we can get ourselves out of this mess. You know, I should do this another time because I don't have the attention span for this right now. I'm an intersology. Okay. But Father... Yeah, it's one of the assignments that you can get. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. It's just I'm so bored I'm just so bored until 4.0 comes out. What the fuck do I do until 4.0? Like, what do I do? I'm so excited to see those movies. I've heard, like, okay. I've heard some wild things about it. 'Cause, like, right, like, I've heard that Barbie is kind of not great. I've heard that, like, the storyline just kind of goes B plot after the first 40 minutes. Like, the main story, just kind of the A plot, kind of wraps up in the first, like, 40 minutes. And so, like, the last chunk of the movie is just B plot. And then I've heard Oppenheimer is incredible, but nobody takes it seriously. And I've also heard that going to see Oppenheimer and Barbie at the same day is the most mentally taxing thing that you can physically do. Like, no matter what order you do it in, apparently doing a Barbenheimer screening is the most mentally taxing thing. I know that Barbie got caught up in geopolitical issues. Like, yeah, but like, what did you expect? Like, Barbie has always been largely political and like about like feminism and whatever. That's just been the point of Barbie since its creation.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I
So of course the movie is going to be that.
But where are those?
And then Oppenheimer is Oppenheimer. Like, okay. I heard Barbie gets existential and Oppenheimer is a 3-hour long and has 15-minute sex scene. That's about it. Yeah, that's, welcome to cinema. Cinema is back, baby.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and
Although
forth,
I did see a
and
tweet.
those that come across Leo
I did see a
can
tweet
stay.
earlier. It was like what was it? It was like the fact that the Oppenheimer and Barbie thing is Oppenheimer and Barbie and not Oppenheimer versus Barbie makes me think that something's healed in the world. Which is incredible. No, like they made a fictional map that had a line that is an actual contested geopolitical line. What the fuck? Bro. Oh my god. That's hilarious, to be honest. Like I'm not even calling. That is hilarious. Why is it like that? Why is that a thing that they did? That is so dumb,
This scenery.
but also absolutely hilarious. I don't know. Maybe we do HA3. Maybe I do chapter 9. Maybe I do chapter 9. I think I have to update though. Hold on. Let me check. I think I have to update HA3 because I haven't played it in a bit. The map got abandoned at least one country. That is insane, actually. Oh my god. Apparently Oppenheimer says I have because I says I become death and whatever during the sex scene that happens 20 years before. Oh my god. Why? Sure, I don't know. That's incredibly dumb. Yeah, that's an 11 gigabyte update. Although it's updating incredibly fast. Hold on. Maybe this does update reasonably fast. Okay. We're going to continue vibing. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe... Sure. Although I do love the tweet of... There was like... It was the tweet of like... When Oppenheimer says, I have become death, destroyer of worlds, for the first time somebody cracked a beer open. It's like cinema's back, baby. I have the mental capacity to focus for 3 hours in a movie. Yeah, I did it for Endgame. I was like, never fucking again. I cannot go to the cinema for a movie that long again. Okay, sure. I don't have the mental capacity for that anymore. Like I did Endgame and that was it. Like I'm not doing that shit again. Three hours is too long without a break. Yeah, exactly. That's my thought process behind that. 3 hours is way too long to go without like a single break. My friends want to organize to watch the double feature. I do too, but my friends want to meme it. Like we want to meme it really hard. Dress up hella for Barbie. Fuck around with Oppenheimer to the point where like we want to we want to watch. So our plan, right, was I want to watch, we want to do the double feature, go and watch Oppenheimer first, And then the second he says the second the bomb drops, or the second he says I have become death, or whatever, we like all of my friends just break out in applause, and then we just leave. Like that would be fucking hilarious. Actually, okay, so what am I gonna do? Boom. We're gonna watch this download. That's what we're gonna do. We're watching this shit download. Here we go. We're watching it. We're watching Honkai Impact download. I got dragged into seeing Avatar movie in theaters, and oh my god, longest day of my life. Yeah. I watched an 8-episode series, each 1 hour long, in one sitting. I cannot watch 3-hour movie. Same. It's just like it. Maybe it's my ADHD in the fact that like I need little breaks in order to do anything. Right? My brain needs tiny little breaks. I need just I need that in order to work. Right? I feel like that's why TV works for me way better. That's why anime works way better for me, is because I could just take it at my own pace, and like it's little breaks, it's smaller chunks, much more digestible. Because it's easier to say I'm gonna sit down and watch like a 30-minute episode, and then I'm like, oh, I can watch another one. Oh, I can watch another one, instead of just sitting down and saying I am going to watch all of this in one sitting. I can't go to cinema. I have to. Yeah, I have not gone to a movie theater. I think since Endgame. I don't think I've seen a movie in theaters since Avengers Endgame. I listened to 177 episodes of Magnus Archives. The reason I can do that, and the reason why I can like listen to like 2.5, or like 3.5, Brandon Sanderson books in a summer, is because I work on a golf course. 8 hours a day of just straight listening, I can do that easy. Because I can have my hearing, like, I can have that in my ear, because, you know, golf course work. It's incredible. I love it. Also, do you guys like my wallpaper? It's... I love this wallpaper. This is so good. Last movie I watched in cinema was JJK 0. A bunch of my friends went to JJK. I didn't, because I don't care for JJK. Actually, I've never watched it, but yeah, they're really treated. Yeah, I don't know why they're doing that. Why would you? I don't. That's the dumbest fucking shit ever. Ugh. Yeah, you guys get to examine my desktop. A lot of the shit I have not used in years. We'll keep calling it Twitter. I think that would be hilarious if we just kept like insisting that it's Twitter. And like we kept gaslighting Elon into like, no, it's Twitter. No, it's Twitter. You never changed it to X. It's Twitter. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What's X? Why are you calling it X? It's Twitter. That would be so funny if we did that. Like, yeah. I love watching Twitter burn as someone. Yeah, it's really dumb. Yeah, like, why didn't he make it? Well, because... And it doesn't make sense to do that, because like the amount of money that a rebranding like that would cost is incredible. And then like everything, like you have to think, right? With Elon, everything that he's doing is just an attempt to cash grab and make the money back that he lost when he bought Twitter, right? Because he didn't actually want to buy it. He didn't want to buy Twitter. The entire reason he did it is because Twitter legally forced him into doing it, because he made the offer and then Twitter was like, yeah, sure. And then Elon tried to back out, but then legally he couldn't because he already had gotten in too deep, right? So he doesn't want to be in this position. So everything that he's doing with Twitter is purely as a cash grab, except sometimes the things he does are so dumb. Like this. Why is he doing this? Like, okay, yeah, making Twitter Blue a subscription, sure, makes sense. That makes sense. Right? But like he's doing this to use a lot of money to rebrand something that's already has a corporate mega verb. He could sell it again at a loss, at a gigantic loss. That's the reason why he hasn't sold it yet, because the second he bought it, Twitter's value tanked. So he could not sell it for nearly, because his offer for it was way above what Twitter was actually valued at. He bought it for way more than what Twitter was worth. So no matter what he sells it for, he's going to sell it at a loss. Twitter was worth half the... Yeah, exactly. Come on, verify your game resources, please. Thank you. Yeah, we're talking about the Twitter rebrand reluctantly. I think it's so stupid. Part of me thinks it's just a publicity stunt, but knowing Elon at this point, I don't fucking know. He's not even that good at being a billionaire, because he's not. He was born into an incredibly rich family. That's the only reason why. He's not good at being a CEO. He's not good at being a billionaire. It's really stupid. That's why I like it. It is kind of funny. But like, it's also dumb that, you know, Threads is awful, and him doing this to Twitter is kind of removing a centralized way of accessing your audience, right? Like, all of the voice actors that I follow, they don't have a better outlet, right? In like, this is the death of the usable internet, because everything is becoming like Discord, right? Where it's all on its own servers, and it's like, it's segmented, and you have to be on the right server to find shit or whatever. Like, that's awful, because nothing is getting archived, and you have such a limited viewer base or whatever, like how Mastodon works. And then like the platforms that are good for reaching your audience through a centralized like platform like Twitter are going down the drain. It's awful. Blue Sky can't come soon enough. Yeah. I keep forgetting that Blue Sky is supposed to be a thing. Hopefully that works. Hopefully Blue Sky works out. I'm gonna actually change my... Nope, not that one. Hold on. Is that it? Yes, that is it. Sorry, I thought that was the wrong, I thought that was the wrong browser tab. It is the correct browser. However, I'm still gonna pull it off the side so I can. Honkai Impact Chapter 9, because I'm bored. Sweet. Anyways. Come on, why are you being so slow? Do I need to close Genshin for you? Do I need to close the game? Right now, all the social media companies are looking at each other and going, everyone is doing stupid shit. I want to end that. Yeah, pretty much. We should all go to Tumblr. I do too. I think we should just revert to our Gremlin days and just go back to Tumblr. I was never a part of Tumblr, but I think we should just do that. We should revert to internet like Gremlin days and go back to Tumblr because it's still there. It's still kicking. That's hilarious. I find it funny. Yeah, there's a lot of artists on Tumblr. That would be hilarious if we just go back to Tumblr. When in doubt, I also have Nier Automata and Spiritfarer to play. And I also have Persona 4. Yeah. If I'm incredibly bored. Don't worry, Tumblr's also making stupid decisions. Fucking hell. Like, what is up with social media companies trying to reinvent the wheel? Like, what are they trying to accomplish? Like, they're all seeing each other try and reinvent the wheel. And they're like, I want in on that. When everybody was working perfectly fine. Everybody was doing perfectly fine the way they were. Like, what is, like, at this point, I think the only social media company that hasn't done the whole reinvent, like, trying to fuck shit up is YouTube and TikTok. The only reason why TikTok's going down the drain is because the United States government is fucking idiot, right? Like, so far, it's just been YouTube and TikTok that are doing fine. Besides Facebook, practically no social media ever actually had revenue. True. True. That makes sense. Well, because, yeah, that's a big problem that what's his face is running into, that Twitter is running into, is they literally cannot pay rent. That's the level of broke that they are right now. Like, Twitter literally cannot pay rent. They're wanting to collapse reblogs. What the fuck? The thing that is Tumblr's appeal also has the TikTok knockoff. Okay, that's really stupid. In my completely unbiased perspective, that of somebody whose favorite piece of media ever is Nier Automata, naturally, you should choose Nier over Spiritfarer. Yeah. We'll see. Well, because I am very early on into Nier Automata. I'm like I'm like 2 hours, 3 hours into the game. Not even, honestly. I'm not even that far in. I got to the desert of like the very beginning of the game. I'm in the very, very, very start of the game. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of fun to watch, but also terrifying that like the usable internet is just falling apart very, very slowly. Very, very slowly, but it's happening. Come on. There you go. I don't. But like, here's the thing. I would boot up Nier, but also I don't necessarily want to slow down the download more than I need to. Also, actually, hold on. Give me a second, because I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open my Steam. You're going to see all of my fancy background shit. It's totally... I totally did not just steal this from Void. Totally didn't steal this shit. Give me a second. It's fine. Steam is updating. I just don't want to accidentally show my Steam. Yeah, fuck it. We'll stick with HI3. I won't do Nier today. I might do Nier like next week. We'll see. We might do Nier next week. Because of how fucking bored I am right now. But yeah. Right now. Let's see what else could we do to entertain ourselves? What else? I would say, like, okay. I don't think writing a script on stream would be very good. I don't have necessarily a video to edit. Fuck around in HSR? Maybe. I already did my HSR dailies. Yeah. I did that before I streamed. Oh, cause like I woke up this morning, I had breakfast, made my first cup of tea, and then I did my HSR dailies, and then while I was doing that, I got a call from my bank because we submitted my ID to my bank saying, hey, I need to like recover my account so I can access it online. There's a weird thing happening with my bank, and so they called me today because like I submitted that on Thursday, and they were like, oh, we'll call you back in 1 to 3 business days. Right, business days being Monday through Friday. No, they called me back on a fucking Sunday. Okay, sure. I called them, did that, and then I started streaming. I still need to call them back because my fucking... It's still screwed up. It's so dumb. The whole situation with my bank is so annoying. And I need to fix that because I need to get renter's insurance. I need to get my renter's insurance. But now they're like, haha, you don't have, like, oh, we gave you an account number? Well, fuck you, you can't log in anyways. And they're like, what the fuck? Because, like, I called the lady, she was very nice. And she was like, oh, yeah, I can just email you a link so you can register for online access. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll do that after stream. Or I'll do that now before my stream so I can just do it at my own pace, right? Like, she gave me 2 options. She was like, you could either set up your account on the phone with me right now, or I could just email you a link. You could do that online whenever is convenient for you. I was like, okay, just email the link. I hate phone calls. Just, you know, I didn't say that, but like, he's like, email me the link. We'll do that now. And then like, I do it online, and it says, oh yeah, no, we can't do that. Like it throws me like 70 billion errors. It's like, yeah, no, we can't do your request right now. Like, what? Come on. Yeah. So that was the dumbest shit. I mean, I do have Us. I could play Us. Like, what happens if it... I could show you my very, very rusty Os. I'm looking through the data bank now. Yeah, that is something like it's a good read. If you're ever just bored, just read the data bank because it's such a nice like it's such a good addition for lore people. Oh my god, it's so good. Because like I wish Genshin had something like that. It was just like basic terms that are very like foundational to understand. Just like right here, so you don't have to go digging on external wikis for them. Like I wish Genshin had something like that, but you know, I'm taking notes on it. I should probably do that at some point too. Try to run all of A Hat in Time before you have to end the stream. Oh my god. Dude, I do not remember the route. I have not done an A Hat in Time run in so long. Because like my time, what did I get on it? Because I legit used to speedrun A Hat in Time. I think my best is like 40 something minutes. I think I have a privated VOD of it. Where is it? Hold on, videos. Let's see. Good man, surveying, finally destroyed him. Cooking council. Yeah, my best is 54:22. So yeah, no, an hour long run is not good. I recommend looking at the database for device 9. Maybe. Where are you at? It's at 97% actually. It's almost there. I don't know why OS isn't actually launching. We stalled it out. We're good. Come on. Here we go. I rarely speedrun. I did beat Mario Odyssey in a little under 4 hours. I actually have a couple of world records. It's in a really small game called Meanders, but I do have a couple of world records. Let me pull them up on speedrun. I'm already logged in. Sweet. They're IL records, but they are records. Okay, so this is myspeedrun.com. I have 3 IL records in this dumbass game called Meanders. Like it's not a great game, really, all things considered. It's very meh. But if you do look at level leaderboards, this one I'm the most proud of. I have no idea how I figured this run out. Because if you notice, Rumi is one of the mods of this. Oh, hi Os, thank you for finally launching. We'll keep you. Yeah, if you notice, like, Rumi has a bunch of world records in the in-game leaderboards, right? 5.194 is a really good time on this level, but for somehow I got a 5099, and I still don't understand how I did it to this day. Like, it just kind of happened, and then yeah, it just, because this is the entire level, right? And I got 5099, and I have no idea how I did that. So yeah, that's Reddit. I still want to do Oh wait. Okay, there it is. Hold on. I do want to play. One bit of OS. Hold on. I launched the game, so I need to play one map. Show off how awful I am at this game. Hold on. Let me turn off Spotify. There we go. Let's see. I am incredibly bored. We do some anima. We do Ascension to Heaven. This, okay, hold on. I recently played this. No, not this one. It was this one, I think. Yeah. I don't know. I got an incredible run on this. All right, see you, Alex. Let's play Ascension. Because I do love me this map. Hold on. We'll do this and then we'll play HI3. I've never actually played OS on stream, and I actually used to stream this game, like, straight up. When I streamed on Twitch once upon a time, I used to just, this is what I used to play. Hold on. Granted, I am not a mouse player by trade, it's just my tablet is busted. So... So my aim is awful. And my fingers are not warmed up for streams, but let's go. The song also just slaps. I love the song. Fuck. That was an okay play. For being completely unwarmed up. That was aight. Okay, I'm proud of that. Being completely unwarmed up and...
See you next time.
You know. Yeah, if you want, like, the full version of that song is even better, because that's cut up to be better for the map. Yeah, I'll send it. She is a really good, is an incredibly good artist. That's the song. Yeah, she is a very good artist for rhythm games. They are incredible. They're like all over the place. If you're a rhythm game person, then you've heard a She song. Ascension to Heaven is probably my favorite. Freedom Dive is also very good. Freedom Dive is probably their most popular. But yeah. Anyways, let's actually play HA3. Capture. Enable preview. But yeah. Updating settings. Whoa! Let's go. More updating. I love this. This is why I do this all before stream. Like this is this is why this gives me like whenever I wake up any later than like 8:30 on a stream day, I get really anxious because I hate this. I hate this part. Nobody likes this. Nobody likes waiting for updates. And usually I don't plan in the case we do get an update. So like yeah. Also, I need to remember how the fuck to play this game because I don't remember. What is it? What is this game like? I don't. How does it work? I press B a lot. I don't know. HA3 updates are particularly bad. Yeah, it's annoying. So yeah, I always make sure to give myself a couple hours to at least like set up. If I need to update, I can. And usually by the time I start updating, like, if it doesn't finish by the time stream starts, it'll be very close to done, so we'll be, like, I'll be able to stall as long as I can. But for, like, yeah, there have been times where I've gotten very close to forgetting, like, pre-stream. I think there may have been one or two streams where I, like, legit just had to... Basic resources. It's... 1,600 megabytes. Oh my fucking god. Ugh. Gotta love this. This is great. This is great, y'all. This is absolutely incredible. This is great. I'm so happy that I decided to do this and didn't. Honestly, I'm about to just book it and just not do this and just play Nier Automata. Yeah. Or just play. Oh no, I do not have the stamina to play OS for the rest. Okay, now it's frozen. Okay, well. Ripperoni pepperoni. We're playing Nier Automata. Here we go. I'm going to the be right back screen. We're booking this. Honestly, at this point, I might just end the stream because that's not working, and it's been 2.5 hours of streaming, and I still need to do my banking shit. I'm tempted. Close the program. I doubt you guys want to watch another half hour of me fiddling with settings and shit. Yeah, okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close out stream for today. Sorry that was a very, very short stream. But, you know, it is what it is. It's just nice to listen. Fair enough. But I still want to, like, it makes me anxious to not have, like, genuine content for y'all, so. You know, we'll make it short stream today. Yeah, again, I still need to do, like, my banking and shit, so. We'll call it good. Yeah. Let's, yeah, next Saturday, Honkai. How long do we have until 4.0? Like, it's like the middle of August, right? Is when we get 4.0. So we'll have another couple of streams that are just boring as hell. I might honestly just straight up make next next Sunday an HI3 stream. August 16th. Fuck. I mean, it'll be a good birthday party, but it'll be a good birthday present, but a little bit early, but it's a good birthday present. I guess. I don't know. Fuck. So long. Good luck with your bank shit. Thanks. I do need luck. So yeah, next Saturday will definitely be HSR. Next Sunday will either HI3 or near, one of the two. But either way, thank you guys so much for tuning in and dealing with my technical difficulties. I'll see you guys Sunday. So bye bye, y'all.